Hey everyone, this is Ram for RamsTheNameCom. I'm back with another video game collection video, and today I'll be talking about my PS Vita collection. One of my personal favorite video game collections. It's my favorite handheld console of all time. I like it more than the Nintendo Switch, the PSP, the DS, 3DS, Game Gear. What else I got? Actually, I don't even have a Game Gear, do I? No, I don't. Um, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. I like it better than those handhelds, but yeah, the PS Vita not only does it have good PS Vita games on it, but you also got you can play PSP games on it, you can play PS1 games on it, and you can hack it, and you can play you can play Game Boy Advance games on it, you can play Game Boy Color, more PS1 games, you can just port more PS1 games to the console. Same with PSP. You can also do mobile. You can also play like smartphone games now on the PS Vita. Like you can play Dead Space that was on the mobile phone. You can play I think Resident Evil maybe. You can play from the mobile phone port of the game onto the PS Vita. So there's a lot of games you can play on the PS Vita. It's a fun console. I like it. It's more fun when you hack it, but it's a fun console nonetheless. Very portable. It's more portable and personal than the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch is a big clunky console. Very hard to bring from location to location without just looking stupid. The PS Vita can just fit in your pocket and call it a day. But anyway, let's talk about my PS Vita collection. I got first up Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for the PS Vita. This is the game that made me buy a PS Vita, because I always, as a kid, I always wanted the Sly Cooper games on the go, and I saw this game, and guess what? It's a Sly Cooper game, a full-fledged Sly Cooper game on the go. You can bring it anywhere you want, and that's why it made me want to buy a PS Vita. I didn't own a PlayStation 3 at the time, and I didn't own a PS Vita at the time, so I had to decide between getting this game for a console that I didn't own, or I can get it for PS Vita and buy that handheld, which I end up buying the handheld, because I can either buy a PlayStation 3 or the handheld, and I decided, you know what, I want to play games on the go, so I got the PS Vita. So yeah, very fun game. I do recommend it. It's not the best written, Sly Cooper game. The dialogue in this game is bad. The script pretty much destroys the lore of Sly Cooper. It destroys all the characters. So the story sucks. Okay, the story does suck, but the gameplay is still fun. It's a very fun Sly Cooper game. In some ways, it actually might be the better Sly Cooper game. In some ways, in the gameplay department, it might be a little bit better than most Sly Cooper games, but it's still not the best written. It's still not the best written Sly Cooper game. It just isn't. And this game ends on a cliffhanger, so get ready for Sly 5 whenever that comes out. Probably never. Probably when PlayStation 7 comes out. Maybe the PlayStation 7 will get you that Sly Cooper 5 you wanted all this time. But yeah, very fun game. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Actually, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. That's more generous. It's all about the gameplay, not the story. I gave it a 7 out of 10 at first because the story sucks, but give it an 8 out of 10. It's a fun game. Definitely recommend this game. The loading times are painful. It's a very long loading game. But if you can get past that, very fun game. This made me buy a PS Vita, so definitely get it. It's good. But with that said, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale was the first game I bought for the PS Vita, because Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, that game didn't come out yet. I bought my PS Vita in 2012, and this game came out in 2013 in February. So I had to wait a few months, but this game I got back in November of, I think, 2012. So pretty early adopter of the PS Vita. I bought it pretty much when it came out. But yeah, this game, very fun. My first PS Vita game. I do recommend it. It's not like the best Smash Bros. Clone on the planet, but it's pretty close. The only problem about this game is that you have to use your special smash attack move in order to kill your opponent and get a point from that. Because otherwise, you can just keep attacking your opponent over and over again, and they won't die. You won't get a point from that. You have to use your special Smash Bros. Attack by using a special power-up move by collecting all the power orbs or crystals in this game. So Yeah, it's kind of tedious in that way, but the combat, it just feels good. The combat feels so good. So this game could have been great if they just, copy Smash Bros. To a T. But they decided to just add that little clunky mechanic of you have to power up your special move and then use your special move and kill your opponent that way. That's the only way you can kill your opponent, which, kind of sucks. But still, the combat, it feels so good. So yeah, I do like the game. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Very fun. I bought all the DLC for this game even before I hacked my console because I was like, I love this game so much. I had to buy the DLC. There's just no other way. I couldn't wait. So I love this game. 7 out of 10. Highly recommend it if you're a big PlayStation fan because you got Sly Cooper in this game. You got Sackboy from Little Big Planet. You got Sweet Tooth, Kratos, Fat Princess. Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dax. So you got pretty much everyone you can think of for a PlayStation All Stars crossover game, except for Crash Bandicoot. You don't have Crash Bandicoot. You don't have Spyro the Dragon. You don't have Lara Croft, but most of them are there. Most of them. Apparently, Lara Croft was almost in the game, but they decided to pass on it because Tomb Raider was getting a reboot in around like 2009, 2012 actually. Around 2012, Tomb Raider was getting a reboot. This game was coming out in 2012 as well, so they didn't want to use a new Lara Croft model yet. And because of that, Square Enix is like, you know what? We're not gonna let you use Lara Croft because we want to use the new model. We didn't want to we didn't want to showcase a new model yet, so we couldn't put it in the game. But eventually, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of complicated to talk about, but yeah. Fun game. Do recommend it if you can get it for the PS Vita, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4. Get it. Is there a PlayStation 5 version? I think there might be, but good game. Do recommend it. Next up, we got Tearaway for the PS Vita. This was actually my last brand new physical release PS Vita game that I bought. Because after this, I stopped buying physical PS Vita games, and I ended up buying a couple digital PS Vita games. And then I just, hacked my console and just play the games that way. But Tearaway for the PS Vita, very fun. I definitely recommend the game. They made like a director's cut of this game for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So if you don't have a PS Vita, just get those. The PS Vita version of the game is still the definitive version of the game because it's made for a handheld. You gotta use the camera to see yourself in the image. You can take pictures and put the pictures into the game. You can use the back touchscreen of the game to move around in the environment. You can use the front touchpad of the game to again interact with the environment. So there's so many things that only the PS Vita can do in this game that I can't imagine doing on the PS4 and the PS5. I don't own a PS4 or PS5 personally, not yet at least. But from the PS Vita, it feels better on the PS Vita, I give this game like a 9 out of 10, definitely worth it. There's not much replay factor for this game though. So once you beat the game, you can play it again, I guess, but there's not much you can do in the game. It's like a one and done game, like Uncharted, like what else? It's like Uncharted: Last of Us. Once you play it once, you done everything. Okay, you just dump it and sell it for like 99 cents or something like that. So it's a fun game, but once you finish the game, there's not much to it. So it's about 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 because of that. But it's a good game. I like it. Next up, we got Injustice: Gods Among Us for the PS Vita. This is another game I actually bought on day one. I didn't mention this before, but I bought this game, Sly Cooper, a decent time, day one when it came out for the PS Vita. So back in February of 2013, I was waiting in line at GameStop to buy this game brand new for the PS Vita. And I was like the only one there because there's like stacks and stacks of this game for the PS Vita. No one's buying a game, but I bought it. So this is another game, Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition for the PS Vita, that I bought brand new day one when it came out. And I was probably like one of the only people to do that because this is an old game. Like if you have a PlayStation 3, an Xbox 360, a PC, you probably played this game already. So why wait for the PS Vita version? But I did. I got the PS Vita version because I didn't own a PlayStation 3. I didn't own an Xbox 360. I own a PC, but I don't play PC games digitally. So yeah. I bought Injustice: Gods Among Us like that, and Fun game, I do like it. The graphics in this game kind of suck. Like the models itself don't suck though. You can tell it's a PlayStation 3 model, like an Xbox 360 model for the catals and stuff. But the textures, they had to like compress the textures to shit in this game. They also like add like some kind of like blurry like white effect. So everything looks bleached in this game. I don't know why everything looks bleached, but everything looks like bleached, like someone put like a spotlight on every single character in this game. So yeah, it kind of sucks in that aspect, but the gameplay is still there. There's no like lag or anything in this game, so it's still a fun fighting game. It just kind of looks shit though. It's a fun fighting game that kind of looks slightly off, slightly shit, but it's still good. I still like Injustice Gods Among Us for the PS.